That's my thought on it. Ease out this way. That's up. Wrapped up out of the way a bit, like that. Then it'll fit. Right. This one just tips all funny. The easiest to go like this, I think. It's like, how am I going to get it in? You can get it out, but you got to put a new one in. Are you gonna go through? There's something in the way, I think. I'm being held up by that too much now. So I go up, take this out. And just start beating on it. Okay, let's see how this is gonna fucking fit. See, I'm gonna have to move anything. This is where kind of one of those. You got to kind of mock it up, see what's going to happen, or you can really make a decision where you want to put things. Tell if that's getting pinched on that side or not. Getting pinched up the top?
Yeah, I feel like it's getting pinched at the top. Not much, like it fits in there. I don't think it's not doing damage.
Yeah, I can't move it now. I'm gonna hold it. Am I fucking... Are these things too tight? Huh? What's that? Yes, or come through there maybe. Jump. It ain't gonna stay in its little holder no more, but that's okay. Ain't smushed. It's in there. Good enough for me. Don't get a whole lot of swing with these non-fine tooth torque wrenches. Shouldn't usually torque with one of these little U-joint things on there, but it's the easiest way to do it. So we're tightening down our little fucking jam nuts here. Would be easier to do with no rear wheel. Locked. That one's locked too. Tight. Tight and right.
Right and tight.
Alright. So what we did, we didn't take the rear wheel off, we didn't take the exhaust off, or move the rear master like they state to do in the instructions. Okay, I'm gonna stick another light up here. If you look up in here, see this wiring harness in here. And there was a vent tube for the gas tank coming down there as well. And they were clipped in using these plastic little frame clips. See? So we've removed those so that we can reroute all of this wiring harness that's coming down here. Because the stock positioning, if I then put this link up in its home, yeah, if I put this up here with the wiring below it, it'll be pinched and getting in the way of everything. So for people with a newer Dyna, I rerouted this vent tube down this other side where it's not pinched. It can still move. You can still get it out if you have to. And I put the wiring on the top. So we're gonna figure out a way to get this as nice as possible, not pinched, and out of the way so that the bolt will go through there and it's not gonna damage our wiring. Working in a bit of a mess here. So this routes down, comes down in here. So we want this out of the way as best. It's all zip tied and clipped under here, so I can only do so much. But if we could have that held back out of the way, like that or something even, because the bolt's gonna just come through here. And that'll be out of the way enough of everything. I would like that kind of down and away from the rear master. If it was like that, that would almost be perfect. Something like that. I'm gonna try and get a zip tie around this wiring and this frame member here. See if we can't do that just to hold it out of the way. And then we still got our, had to clip some zip ties just to loosen it all. We'll have this coming down here. So let's get that plugged back in. And then we can figure out where we're gonna put everything. Okay. Rear brake light switch reconnected. We want all this stuff zip tied up out of the way as best as possible. We're going to figure out the best place to put all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, it would be much easier, I'm sure, to remove the rear wheel and exhaust out of the way. Might cut your time down and your finagling, but just showing that you don't have to.
My bike, my way.
Yeah. We ain't in a rush. We still did everything properly. You just gotta have your little gangly fingers get in and out. If you got big hands, it might not work as well. Having it like right up in there. Because if that's like that, nah. I'm gonna go above. Up and over. I just don't like what it's doing down in here. Kind of just getting a little convoluted. If we can get that zip tied up there like that, that would be nice. And I can figure out what's best for down here. Even that, just like that, would be perfect. 'Cause that's let's and you can get it started. Yeah. And then get everything where we want it. Something like that wouldn't be too bad. Well, this is all just figuring out here if it's gonna work. Theoretically, it's not interfering with anything. Get it nice and snug. Something like that wouldn't be too bad, I don't think, man. Do it. Shock. Nope. Okay. Don't want anything touching. Well, when you're riding, your swing arm's only going to go up. So unless you put, you know, longer suspension or something where it might bring your resting point like down, you know, or when you jack your bike up or something. I don't know how much extension you got, but you want it to clear everything, and you got to check all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
So before I call that good, I would like to have that maybe zip tied to itself just to keep it a little more well tucked, or you know, another little zip tie right there or something. And now it does have some wiggle room, so that's good. And that I don't think it's gonna hurt anything like that. Let's get the link in and see what we got. It's not pitched anywhere. You know, we still got some movement. It's not gonna go anywhere. But to have another one, there's just a lot of extra, and it's pretty heavy duty bit of harness here, so you can't just like fold it a little bit, get a little loop somewhere. It's like, that's just what it is. I would like it away from all that. Like even zip tied like that or something. Like that. Still above everything. Shouldn't hurt anything. Not gonna be jumping too many curves. I want it away from everything. I just don't want it rubbing on anything sharp. That's away there. That's not bad. Can move, which I like. No more of a crazy bend than it already had. That's what happens, I guess, when you add things. You gotta make it work. Out of the way. Okay. I'm gonna throw one more little one just on this brake light. Your brake light switch wiring to tie it to this one, so you don't have any random loose bits swinging around under there. Oh yeah. Something like that. Still got a good bow on there. That way I can still get my cap on and off. That's not going to be hurt. Perfect. Holds everything together. Plugged in. Got some movement there. That's not rubbing on anything. Shouldn't get squished anywhere. I like that. I'm happy with that thus far. That's all good like that. So these come with a washer. Washer goes on. Dust seal goes on both. With the linkage. A dust seal for the other side. Lay it right in your dust. Gonna put a little dab of red Loctite. Now they don't give you a torque spec for any of these, so you just tighten them. They're a fine thread, so they don't need to be too crazy. Those are 12 point. 3/8, 12 point. Okay. So I like to start these 1/16. About the same to start with. That's about right. I like to make things even. Okay, so this is gonna lay up underneath. I'm gonna put one dust seal on both sides. Get it up there. Just start it like that. And if you hold this link, fucking dropping things, if you hold that link steady, you can turn the center portion and you're gonna thread both sides out evenly. There we go, I got it. Thank you. Why is that stuck like that? Like that. You want to get these to where the bolt will thread in. There we go. So there shouldn't be any crazy pressure on anything. It should be, you know, just to where they all want to go in nice and easy. Like that. You'll see these little dust seals kind of getting smooshed. Okay. Nature of the beast, you do want them tight. This one I might have to use a wrench on. Sometimes you gotta flick the edges of these just to get them out even. There we go. So as I said, that was 3/8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna see. It's tight. It's tight. Good. And we gotta get our lock nuts in place. Thread these all the way out till they meet up with those. Hold the one. Pain in the butt, really. Get that straight. Usually snug it when I come back. Make sure it's nice and snug. But the goal is to try and have these as straight and even as possible so one's not all cocked crazy. Usually just get it started. See this one's starting to turn. See if you can't get a wrench on it. And then snug it back up. Just don't like them a little cocked, but kind of nature of the beast at times. I think that's good. Everything's tight. Right? Zip tied. So what we can do, just to be sure, not that it really matters, but we gonna check it, is get the jack under here. Same jack you use to hold your engine up while you're doing your mouse. I'm gonna jack off the frame this time. And make sure that when this stuff extends, where the wheel's off the ground. Not that I'm jumping this thing. Okay, wheels off the ground, fully loaded, and we're not smushed. Still good there. So that's good.